So the first question was to create a directory with the name /test. By the way, did you notice that the name of the directory to create is /test, which means it is in the root directory. So you need to be root. I am root already, as for most tasks that I will do in this course anyway. So mkdir /test would do the job. Next, copy all files that start with A, E or I from etc to test. That would be cp etc and then AEI between square brackets followed by a star, which means anything to test. I don't do -r because I don't need subdirectories, and that is why it is telling me omitting directory. Now I'm going to test to accomplish the third question, which is create a subdirectory /test/a files. So that would be mkdir a files. Move all files that start with A from test to test A files. I am currently in test, and that's the best position to start with because I can use relative path names and make the commands real short. So mv a star to A files would do the job for me. It's telling me that it cannot move A files to a subdirectory of A files, which makes sense because that is itself. So I want to check in A files and see that all the A files are in that directory. So that's good. Next, the question is to copy the file etc hosts to tests. That would just be cp etc hosts. And I could type /test, but I'm already in it, so dot would be sufficient, which is copy it to the current directory. Next, make a symbolic link with the name test my hosts that points to etc hosts. So a symbolic link that is ln-s, always followed by the name of the original file, and next followed by the name of the target file. I'm going to use a relative file name here as well. I am already in the test directory, so I can just type my hosts to create the symbolic link in here. Let's verify that it worked out well, and it worked out well. Next, create a compressed archive that contains the entire /test directory. I'm going to do that from somewhere else, and I'm using tar C for create, V for verbose, F. It doesn't ask the name of the archive, so let's call it test.tgz. Oh yes, a compressed archive, so I need to include a Z as well. So that is going to create the test.tgz file, and I need to tell it what it needs to put in there, and that is going to be the test directory. So the result is that in the root directory I will have a file with the name test.tgz. And if right now I'm doing rm-rf/test, which was question 8, so to restore the archive that I've just created, I am going to use tar x for extract vf because I want to see what it is doing, test.tgz. Now, as I am already in the root directory, it will restore it in the root directory. If I wouldn't be in the root directory, I could use -C followed by /, which is the target directory. And in both cases that works, and that concludes the exercise.